How can I beat that enthusiasm? Oh, I know you. Come on up. She makes a case at every single parliament.
No, last time both parliaments I just defended. I
Really?
Yeah. And I won them both, if you remember.
Fine track record right here.
I would like to bring Kikyo up on charges of soul reaping without a license.
Damn. Okay. Does anybody want? Oh, jeez.
I want to second that. She's trying to steal my boyfriend. Sit down.
I would like to counter with the fact that she's already dead.
Most Soul Reapers are. However, Soul Reapers are.
That doesn't mean she can't be fined for this.
Yes, I am God. I mean,
Right, it's like, Leah, remember, death and taxes. Taxes last longer.
yeah, that's true. Besides, I mean, how many death experiences does she really need to have? Come on.
Okay, so let me ask you, what do you hope to gain by this motion?
It's just for shits and giggles, really.
Best reason.
Damn you, Harvey.
Hey, that's a good reason. You can't fault that logic.
No, you really can't.
All right. Do licenses exist for soul reaping?
Clearly they do. I mean,
Really?
there is an entire organization devoted.
Oh God, they're both bleeding.
Now he gets it.
There are multiple organizations devoted sheerly to reaping souls. Clearly, Kikyo is stealing the licensed organization's thunder and keeping the souls for herself.
I would like to raise the point that since Kikyo lived in the feudal era, it may be before the Soul Reaper Society was actually
She made a good point here, saying that
Here, shake this.
because she lives in a feudal era, this was probably an era before licenses were handed out.
Incorrect. Actually, incorrect. Some of the captains of the Gotai 13 specifically state that they have been there for for more than several centuries, which would put them past the feudal era.
Which feudal era, though?
The Japanese feudal era.
Japanese? Yeah, do it.
Yeah, they were both about, current, pretty much.
You, sir.
I think just leave her alone because, Inuyasha kind of betrayed her, so she's kind of upset.
People being sad doesn't really protect them from the law. In my experience.
Point out that this is actually held up by the Bleach anime because if I remember
Shush, please.
If I remember correctly, Rukia got in trouble for allowing Ichigo to destroy hollows without a license and collect souls.
Yeah.
Thus, I don't see why they wouldn't take Kikyo too.
Probably just haven't gotten around to it yet. You know how bureaucracy is. You, sir.
There's also a supplementary issue to this, is basically because of the inherent balance. If you're familiar with the way the Soul Society works to generally maintain the balance, now it may have not shown itself too much, but what happens with all the collected souls and how much is that causing of a drain in the total balance system?
Well, they put it in a big storage facility, and then some guy from the EPA comes and shuts it down.
When Kikyo soul reaps, it's only her. It's for her personal power. She doesn't give it to the Soul Society.
That would be weak.
So she's doing.
Yeah,
And also to add on to that, in another universe, Silmeria Valkyrie went around collecting souls. Odin got really pissed off with this and yanked her ass back.
No, again, different belief systems. We're talking about Eastern versus.
North. Into that.
If she's indeed reaping souls for her own purposes, then doesn't that constitute stealing?
Possibly, but if she's doing it without a license, it's...
Well, actually, technically, it constitutes reckless endangerment of existence, but that's another matter.
You had something to say, Josh?
In the event that the defendant is found guilty, since her soul is currently in another body, what would be captured?
Double fines. We always have double fines.
Yes. We get rich off that stuff.
Really, only most of her soul is in another body. There's that little bit of hatred and bitterness that she's still hanging on to. Really, you gotta let that go.
Leave my Inuyasha alone.
Kikyo is reaping souls for her own purpose. Isn't it also a form of subsistence? Are we impending on her rights to exist if she does not?
She doesn't have a right to exist.
She's dead.
Who?
Play doll.
Are we going to be establishing human rights for
have a right to exist? Why can souls not?
Because the soul already belongs to somebody else.
But she certainly is. She has proven herself to be, I believe, she is corporeal at the time.
But if dolls can't exist, then we would also have to kill Al.
Yeah, and what happens if Rosa made
Outside dolls can action figure.
Well, we already established that plushies are, you know...
Plushies are people too.
Yeah.
Plushies are punished?
Plushies are punished.
If the defendant is found guilty, will this case be used as precedent against other...
Most likely, yes. I keep track of every single case Parliament runs, and I use it to help decide future cases. Boy, we're getting a lot of these things. In the back, you had something to say.
The comment that was made about Al, if you realize, Al is not someone who steals souls, it's his own soul that was put back into the body.
However, in this case, it was going to see whether or not a soul in a constructed body would exist as a person and would actually have rights. That was why it was brought up.
Al has immunity due to being the man.
Yeah, we did in a previous Parliament.
It's somebody else's, which technically should have already passed on to the other life, which he is preventing.
Well, in a previous parliamentary decision, Al was officially declared the man, and therefore he is completely immune to all proceedings.
What cop was this?
This happened. Yes.
No, which cop was
all in
this?
favor of establishing Al as the man. The whole audience went crazy.
How did I miss this?
You weren't in Anime USA that year. You start with the eye patch. I know you had your hand up.
Well, if this was like a discussion without souls and basically transferring your own soul around, as long as it's not destroying other souls, but it's simply just transferring vessels, that technically would still be maintaining bits of the balance. We're going still by Soul Society rules, because this way the soul would still stay. The only problem would come if this started to occur en masse, as opposed to like with individual cases. So basically, a soul within a constructed body would not technically be violated the balance, because of the balance it's violated with the stealing of souls or manipulation thereof of others, but it doesn't really seem to cover it enough oneself.
All right. Well, we're kind of getting off the track here. It's more about Kikyo than the souls in and of themselves.
It's about Kikyo and bureaucracy, not about the balance of the cosmos.
Here's
Don't care about that.
Simple question. Did Kikyo go around stealing souls?
Yes.
Did she have a license to collect souls?
No.
Then there's no contest. All right. Now, the fun thing. Punishment!
Doesn't matter. She still doesn't have the license.
Okay. She doesn't have a license. Now.
Occupation is sending souls on to heaven. So, in fact, she is kind of going against her
It's like being a hot dog banger without a license.
Yeah.
Bad form.
All right. So let's start first of all. Now that this has been established, should Kikyo be permitted to attain a license, or should she now be, not permitted to get one for a period of time, or not at all?
No amnesty! No amnesty!
It's her call initially, and then we can argue. Yeah, it's a visa.
A guest worker program.
She is pretty good at what she does.
She's exceptionally efficient at what she does.
Yeah, she's very good at what she does.
And I think it would be a loss to the soul reaping community.
Yeah.
I still say
So we can't let her off too easy. So, give her a little,
jail time and a hefty fine.
And then,
If I make a proposal,
Knock that down to community
it's like we can start with a fine, then we can let her get her accreditation. But for a set period while she's working, she works unpaid to work off her debt.
Ah, there you go.
Okay. All right. Yes.
She could keep reaping souls, but how about she has to be in another Inuyasha OAV that lasts another 160 episodes?
That's punishment for us.
We're finished with Inuyasha,
Can I make a question in here?
Of course.
Doesn't Kikyo technically, won't she disappear without souls?
That is correct, yes.
She reaps souls.
Which is why we are permitting her to do it to pay off her existing
Is there
debt.
a difference between reaping souls and sending them to the next world and reaping souls and sending them?
It's on the first floor. This is true.
Well, I don't want to get into the right to souls.
Well,
That'll take forever.
when Kikyo consumes souls, she doesn't destroy them or anything. She just holds them in her clay container body. Because clearly Kagame has shown the power to expel said souls from Kikyo before, so she's not destroying them, so it's not a matter of whether or not like the souls are being consumed so much as just stored.
I think that her oversight in this matter should be Shippo and what else? And John Kent. They should follow her around for a period of, I'd say, I don't know, 100 years or so, and she has to live with them, and they will oversee her soul reaping.
Oh my God!
So you want to give custody of
parole officers?
All in favor of establishing? Oh my God! Yes.
What she does is would she send the souls to the Soul Society, or would she keep the souls?
Well, unfortunately, she can't. Well, we should. If we're going to allow her to get a license, then she will be forced to do so. To send them to the Soul Society. However,
Wouldn't she die?
that is the.
What she could do
Put them in the
is
rotation order.
store each soul for a period of time, and then release it as she replenishes her own souls.
A layaway policy.
Yeah, she's got like
layaway policy.
She's got a rolling plan.
So, all right, let's call for this one. We've been on this case for a while now.
Parole officers, I guess?
Yeah, so establishing Myoga and...
No, John Kent and Shippo.
John Kent and Shippo as her parole officers. All in favor? Opposed? You sadistic bastards. All right, oh my God. And the other aspect?